Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel and my last December daily video for the year. Today is going to be a bit of a long one. I'm going to be finishing off my day 2 spread there. That's going to be a double page spread, and I'm also going to be doing days 3 and 4. So buckle in, make yourself a cup of tea. So now for day 2, I'm going to be scrapping these photos of my our Christmas decorating for the year. So I have a photo of my, not my mantelpiece, but it's the top of my piano because we don't actually have a fireplace. We live in the subtropics, so that's as close as I get to a mantelpiece. And I have a collage there of all my other little bits and pieces that I have decorated with this year. So I'm taking this advent sheet from the Holly Jolly collection from Kaiser Craft, and I'm punching out the second. And I've already decided that I'm going to put it there where it's sitting on that photo. I just thought that that little bit of dead space, it nestled in really nicely there. So this is going to be my last December daily video for the year. I have lots more to do, obviously, but I sort of think that at this point everyone's a bit tired of Christmas videos, so I'm just going to do them. And I'll probably do a flip through at the end of November next year. So now what I'm doing is going ahead and taking this mint paper with the white crosses all over it. That's from the Holly Jolly collection as well. And I have the 12 by 12 paper pack from that collection. Now I was tossing up here because I turned that paper over and I really like that doily pattern, but it was just a bit too busy. So I am going to use the mint side. Trying to figure out which way is up, and I'm using my Scotch ATG just to stick that down. Now at this point, I'm only up to day 4 by the time I finished these layouts, and my insert is very, very chunky, so I think what I'm going to have to end up doing is taking out the staples, but I think otherwise it will be just fine. So just trimming off the excess now. So you can see that tree that I made on that little fold out part, so that's made to go to fit with both layouts. So the previous layout is us picking up our Christmas tree, and this is sort of the decoration. So yeah, I put it on a sort of fold out so it could fit with both layouts, and I really love how it turned out. So check my previous December daily video if you haven't seen that one. That's where I do that Christmas tree. So I'm taking these foil stickers from the Reject Shop. So that was the festive foiled sticker pack, and I'm just using that Deck the Halls one on just a bit of white backing paper to make it pop. It just really sort of, because it's on clear paper, so it just faded into that pattern a bit too much for my liking. So this is pretty much how I've decided I'm going to do this layout. It's not going to be very fancy at all, this one. I'm keeping it pretty simple, but I did want to use one of these tags for my journaling. And I'm taking some more of that vellum that I have from Spotlight. It's like an ornament vellum. I've had this for at least 10 years. It's a long time I've had this one. I got a pack of it on special, so I'm using it. So I'm just trimming it down so it will make a nice little sized pocket for that tag. And then I'm just going to adhere it down with my Scotch ATG. And I'm just making a very simple pocket. All I do is run some tape on 3 sides and yep, leave the side open that I want the tag to slide in and out of. So there we go. And I am putting tape on vellum, so technically it should show through, but it doesn't really, I think, because it is patterned vellum. I mean, if you look really hard you can probably see it, but I have a pattern paper behind and then the vellum is patterned as well. So yeah, you can't, I mean, a little bit maybe, but I'm not that worried about it. There we go. And that picture is just going to stand on its own. I'm happy with that. And this collage is going in just as it is as well. So just like that. Trying not to get too complicated. I think some of my layouts for December Daily have been a little bit over the top and have taken me a long time, so yeah, it's not meant to take this long, I don't think. So I'm just taking that trim sort of border edge off that Advent paper, and I really like this Christmas spirit phrase for this layout, so I had to trim it right up to the edge to make it fit in that spot, but I'm really happy with it there. So I pulled out the sticker sheet from the Holly Jolly collection. I'm really liking the colours in this one for my December daily. I've used it quite a bit. And I'm taking one of those border strips. This is like a lace doily sort of scalloped pattern. It's really, really pretty. And I'm just going to slide that Christmas spirit just sort of slightly underneath the edge of that so it's peeking out the top. And then I decided the top looked too bare, so I'm going to put that same border up the top there. And I accidentally cut a little bit too much off, so it doesn't quite make it to the edge, but oh well. I'm embracing the imperfections. So that's that whole spread pretty much finished. No, I'm going to come in with this glitter paper. So I decided I wanted some pink because there's pink in that Christmas tree and that is meant to go with this layout. So I'm taking my EK Tools Heart Confetti Punch and I'm just punching out a bunch of these hearts out of this beautiful pink glitter paper. The paper was just from the dollar store. The punch was from Spotlight. So I'd take 2 punch loads worth of that pink paper, if that makes sense. And then I decide I'm going to do my journaling while I have that card sitting there. I'll just get it out of the way. So I'm not decorating this tag at all. I'm just writing on all my journaling in my writing with my G2, my Parla G2 0.5. So then I'm grabbing some of this American Crafts ribbon. I got this on clearance at Spotlight just recently for $1 a roll, so I really love this red and white candy stripe. And there is some red in the decorations in that collage photo, and there's some red in the Christmas tree as well, so I wanted to bring a little bit more in. And it's a nice sort of festive pinkish red, so very pretty. And I'm just using a normal stapler there. I don't have a Tim Holtz tiny attacher, although I will probably get one soon, but the staples worked fine. And I like having that tag just peeking out the side. So now I'm going to go ahead with these hearts and just sprinkle them all around the layout. I didn't think too in depth about this. I just sort of put them wherever I thought there was a bit of a gap or something ugly in the photos that I wanted to cover up, like that one between the Noel and the Let It Snow sign was covering up a hinge on my door. So there you go. If you have something not super pretty in your photos that you want to cover up, just put in some hearts or some enamel dots or something and it's pretty again. So just going in and gluing. I used tape on the big hearts, but all the little ones needed a little dab of glue, so I'm just using some tacky glue on those. And then coming in with the Silver Bells from Kaisercraft sticker sheet, and I'm going to put in that piece, La Peace Joy grey one up the top there, just to bring in, it was a little bit of an empty space, so I like that. And I think we're pretty much done. So moving on to days 3 and 4. So for day 3, I want to do like a wish list sort of letter to Santa page. So I had a good idea of what I wanted for these. I knew I had these vintage postcards from Kmart. These are really, really old, but I've had them for years and I've never used them. And this was just the perfect opportunity. So I've pulled out that one that I really, really like. And I'm just going to trim out, this is just junk mail that my son has gone through with a pen and circled some things he liked, and of course it's all Lego, so I'm just cutting those out. I really wanted to keep those as keepsakes. And I'm going to journal on the back of that postcard because it's just blank. And then day 4 is me and my little daughter. She was having a very sooky, grumpy day and she just wanted to be cuddled and held all day. So I'm pretty sure this was a day that it was just me and her home, and my son was at daycare and my hubby was at work, and yeah, it was just us having cuddles all day, so I thought that was lovely. This pom-pom trim I got from Spotlight. It was in the Christmas range and it was reduced, and I thought it was perfect for a really sort of soft, cuddly layout. So I am skipping ahead here and going to day 4, I think because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do for day 3 yet. So this is the Kaisercraft Sparkle collection, and it's all pinks and rose golds, and I said I wasn't going to use rose gold in this, but I just thought this collection was perfect for this layout. So that phrase I've taken out of the cut apart sheet there says, Christmas weaves a magic wand over the world and behold everything becomes softer and more beautiful, something like that. And I just thought that was perfect for that lovely photo of us having a cuddle, because she's soft and beautiful. So I'm just taking the matching sticker pack that goes with that collection and taking one of the washi strips that echoes that rose gold confetti in the phrase at the bottom. Okay, so I want to map my photo. I'm looking for something that's not too crazy. I want something sort of pink just to tie in to the rest of the page, but I ended up settling on this. It's kind of like a Christmas tree. It's definitely a Christmas tree with lights, but it's pink, which is interesting, but I'm just using a very thin border of it around my photo just to make it stand out from the white background. I just love this collection. So there we go. Now, I had a bit of drama with the number. I pulled this sheet this is from the Reject Shop because I like the 4, which was the date. But I go to stick it on, so I punch out this circle for it to sit on from this pink paper, and I put the 4 down on it and it just disappears. You can barely see it at all. So then I tried to peel it up so I could put it on something else or back it with white and then stick it down, but it tore the sticker. I completely ruined it. So I decided instead I'm going to take my heart punch and punch that into a heart shape, and I'm going to take one of the numbers from the sticker book, the 4, and that brings in that rose gold again. So and just popping it in that dead space in that photo there. Sticking everything down. So I'm going to put my photo off center. I'm going to put it more towards the left side, towards the spine of my album, because I want to put in that pom-pom trim along the edge of this page. So I've just moved that down slightly so I can fit in a little word phrase. So I'm going to use this, I think it says good tidings of comfort and joy. I'm not sticking it down yet because I'm not sure where the trim is going to sit, but I'll put that down. Actually love this trim. It's lasted really well. I just used the Scotch tape from the ATG tape, and it's still on there, hasn't come off at all, so I'm happy with that. If I have any trouble, I'll just sew through. But so good tidings of comfort and joy up the top, and then I love, just off a random sheet, it's Kaiser Craft again, but I think I got it in a swap. So now I'm picking out a backing paper, so I'm going to choose this one. Really like this soft print. So apologise for my tongue-tiedness tonight. It's quite late, so I'm having trouble speaking clearly. So I'm just going to pop that down. Love that pink. So, as I said, I did say I wasn't going to do rose gold in this album. I would just do silver and gold, but I don't think it matters. I prefer not to mix my metallics any more than sort of 2 at a time generally, but I mean, it is a whole album, and I just got this collection from Kaiser Craft, and it's all pink and beautiful, and I just couldn't resist giving it a try. So now I'm going to move on to day 3. Day 4 is pretty much done, so I'm just going to make a little envelope for my letter and my little mementos there. So this is just an A4 sheet of paper. It's just it's printer paper, but it's 120 GSM, so it's a little bit heavier than normal printer paper. So I'm just folding it to somewhat of the size that I think I want, and then I'm going to cut out all of those corner sections, and I do end up folding it again. It's not quite the right shape, but it doesn't really matter. This is not an exact science by any means. So I'm just going to keep going here, fussing with this. Yeah, so here's where I decided it's a bit too deep, so I'm going to fold it up right there, and you can see that fold line, but I'm going to go in with another sticker at the end, and you won't even know that's there. There we go. So now I'm just going to sort of trim down all my edges, get everything the size I want it, And then I'll just go in with my scissors and round off all the little corners, and I will have an envelope. So obviously this is taking me quite a while. It doesn't need to be such a convoluted process. I think sometimes I just get really picky about really silly things. And of course you can just use an envelope you have lying around. I did have a bit of a hunt, but I couldn't find any small ones. So nearly done. Now I'm just going to cut that top flap. And I'm going to leave it just sitting open. I'm not going to fold that closed or anything. I just want it so all the little bits and pieces are just peeking out of the top. So a bit of tape. I'm fighting with my ATG there. I didn't realise at the time that it was nearly out of tape. So there we go. That's why I've swapped, because I have to change my roll, and I really couldn't be bothered at this point. I was right in the middle, nearly finished my layout, so that was a job for another day. So this is my journaling. I'm just writing Dear Santa and then basically saying what the kids want this year. For my son, it's just all Lego, and my daughter is just over 1 year old, so she doesn't care. But just want to document those memories. And they'll just sit in there like that. When the Traveller's Notebook is closed, it's pretty secure, and I have not had anything fall out yet, so I'm happy with that. And I want to be able to pull them out and read them. So some more clear gold stickers. I'm putting in Dear Santa, again on the white background, just to make it pop up off the page. I'm just going to stick that right at the top. I will move it over a little. So there we go. All I want for Christmas. Covers up my little fold line just nicely. And some more phrase stickers, I think. I play with the idea of those borders, but I don't use them. So I found the Christmas Wishes one, which is perfect. It's basically exactly what this page is all about. And almost finished now. I just need to put in my number. And I did try to find, oh no, some rose gold snowflakes first. So for my number, I am going to use another one of those little circle stickers, and I did try to find a larger circle. There, I went to put it down and it's too small, it looks silly, so I'm trying to find a larger circle sticker to back it with, but none of them really worked. Then I realized I could just use another one of those snowflakes, and that looks really pretty. The 3 over the top, I love that. And that's it, all done. So here's the close-ups. I really hope you enjoyed joining me. I'm sorry it was so long. And I really hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.